Welcome on board on behalf of the HSFI University. I welcome Mr. Haris Hossain for giving us this precious time and having us over here. Over to you, Haris, and I would like you to introduce you, start with your introduction first.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Tesleen, for having me today. I would request you if you can brief me a little about the audience. So I see there are around, like not exactly count, but there are so many people, more than I think 50. So if you can brief me about it, like who's the audience of people and what are the
All
demographics? Are
right,
they all
basically,
related to BBA and
okay,
teachers
yes,
are
they all,
primarily, so that I can stick to the relevance.
okay. Basically, they all are related to BBA and they are from BBA 8. They are the graduating students and they have chosen their specializations even. So this is basically a professional development course just to add on that how they can deal with the professional life afterwards. So we are just building few of the elements in this particular course.
All right. And do they have different majors or most of the people from HR majors?
No, they have different majors like finance, supply chain, then we have marketing and HR.
All right, perfect. Can I share my screen? Still not able.
It's not, yeah, you can try now.
Yes, it is. This visible?
Yes.
All right, Ji. So is my screen visible? Perfect.
Yes, it's
Yes,
visible.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Ji. Thank you so much. Usually, the acknowledgement for the online sessions is the most important part because in my in-house training sometimes it happens that initially when we started in जब COVID शुरू हुआ, we started doing online sessions and we realized that we just kept talking for 5-10 minutes and we were disconnected, or the screen was not being shared. So such glitches are there. So continuous acknowledgement is of course required. So today, of course, we are going to talk about professional communication and collaboration, as Tessin has already shared the agenda about the session. So I'll just quickly move to my introduction and then I'll take you through a few things. So about myself, I'm Haris Hussain. I've got 12 years of diverse exposure. I've worked for five different sectors so far in 12 years, and this is my fifth job as a true millennial. I do not stick to a place for most of the time. Just kidding. Uh, Currently, I'm working as HR operations manager and human resource business partner at Puma Energy. Puma Energy is a multinational oil marketing company, and it is working in more than 50 countries at this point in time, and I'm heading their HR operations for the country. So I look after all the HR related um, sub functions like talent, training, the OD, the operations, everything comes under me, and I have a good team here, right? Previously, I worked for Candyland, which is more famous as Candyland. The company name is Smile Industries Limited, and I was there as group manager training and OD. Group manager was basically, so Smile Industries has more than one companies under the umbrella. So Bisconi is one, Snack City is one, Astro Films is one. So there were around 4 or 5 companies that I was responsible for, and I managed their training and OD for the staff of approximately 4,000 people over there. I stayed there so that was basically the turning point in my life where I started my managerial career, uh, and I stayed there for 4 years. Previously, I worked for another multinational that was a tech company, GFK, and I was there as HR business partner. And I started as journalist, HR, and trainer at Allianz EFU Health Insurance. So since then, so training is my sort of passion. So anytime anybody gets in contact with me for a guest speaking session, I'm always yes to it. And I serve as in-house trainer. I've been serving as in-house trainer for almost now 8 and 9 years so far. And communication is something that is very close to my heart topic. So we'll be talking about that today. I've done my MBA HR from KASB Institute of Technology in 2016, along with my education. I have very strong values. I hold integrity comes number one. I've signed up to 70 million rupee payroll every month And you can imagine, there was not a single penny difference in my whole career. So you can imagine the level of integrity. I believe there is, of course, no life without a purpose. So I'm very clear about what purpose I've got. And perfection, which is a kind of bimari. And I think, this is something that I struggle to, stick to. However, still, this is something that that is exhibited in every move of my life, whether it is my education, whether it is my work, even it is my daily routine. So that perfection can be felt. And I'm very passionate about my family, of course, like everyone. And then career comes number two, my fitness comes number three, and I'm very ambitious. And I think I'm very aggressive. So जिस साल मेरा promotion नहीं होता था उस साल मैं नौकरी छोड़ देता था. So that's why, in last 8-9 years, I've got these so many experiences. That is not exactly that has suited me well, but that is not a good try for everyone. So try on your own risk. My interests are, I'm a swimmer, I do planting on my weekends, and I am a traveler. I love traveling, and I'm very passionate about cars. So as I said that, so it was a bad start to my morning because my car was hit by a taxi from behind, and you can imagine how deep grief I would be right now because I'm very passionate about cars and my car is not well right now. So yeah. So moving to the norms of the sessions. What we'll do is, of course, your mics will be on mute. You can keep your video on. That is very preferable so that, I can engage with you. I can look at you, of course, because just talking to my laptop would not really keep me up and going for next 1.5 hours. I believe I have around 9:30 till 11:30. So I still have like 2 hours to go. So and I would request you guys, to keep contributing, to keep throwing questions, keep raising hands so that, we can make this session really engaging one. Otherwise, if I have to speak, to मैं तो बस 15-20 मिनट में सारा कुछ खत्म करके I'll just disconnect. ठीक है? So if you guys accidentally get disconnected, just connect on the same link so that you can join from there. Keep sharing your experiences and knowledge, and active participation is the bet, right? I'm done with my introduction. Moving on, what exactly we are going to cover today. So you already have the bullet points from the brochure or the outline shared by Mr. Asin. We'll be talking about facts and fundamentals of communication. We'll be talking about the types and importance of communication. We'll talk about active listening and being authentic, the importance of being authentic, which is, very much missing in our corporate and in our daily lives also. We think too much, so usually our sentences start with, I think, ho sakta hai. So, being authentic is something that is very much, which is significantly missing, and we really need to work on it as a professional. Being assertive, I'll really have a look on this. If we have really time, we'll talk about being assertive. Otherwise, we'll skip this one, right? We'll talk about collaborating effectively, and then the final thing will be, I'll test your knowledge. We'll have some sort of, quiz thing on the slide. So I would want you guys to answer that. So I'll begin with my communication. As said that, this presentation has to be engaging one. So I throw this question to you to also get surety of that you all are awake and not attending this workshop from your beds, of course. So here's the question, how do you define communication and who is a good communicator? So these are two questions I would want to hear it from you guys. Come on, you can unmute yourselves and speak about it. How do you define communication and who is a good communicator? Anyone?
It's all about how different people interact with each other for a defined purpose, for any purpose, or any undefined purpose as well. But it depends how you can communicate and how you can place your argument in an effective manner. And good communication is when we move to the effective conclusion after communicating. So it's all about how you persuade your idea to another person.
Beautifully explained, I guess, Hania. This is what it takes to be. I think, the first mover sort of, so you I find really courageous of you that you moved first in the batch. So anyone else, just tell me what are the qualities of a good communicator? So of course, अगर हम ये चाहते हैं कि हम एक अच्छे communicator बने, so we should have something in our mind that how we should be exactly talking about, or how we should be communicating. So who is a good communicator? What are the traits of a good communicator?
Yes, Nimra.
Anyone?
A good communicator may be he may be someone who is able to make people believe in his words. He may use certain language or something. He's not arguing, or he's not personally वो ऐसे अल्फाज यूज करेंगे कि वो अपने बात में मनवा ले किसी को. I think that is
okay. That makes sense. So somebody who is somebody who can exactly convince somebody on some point is a good communicator, right?
yes.
Gee, anyone else?
Yes,
What was your
Osama.
name? I'm sorry, Nimra.
Yes, Nimra.
I think a good communicator is the one who listens to the person in front of them. That's the main thing, I think. So.
Excellent point, Osama. I think this is a brilliant comment. I would have a second question to you. So, do you really think that we are prone to listening, or we are really interested in listening most of the time?
So we are not interested in listening, but we should pretend to listen, because the person in front of us would think that at least there's someone who's listening to me. That's the thing.
Yeah, perfect. So I'll have one more last participation from anyone, and then I'll proceed forward. Yes, please.
Yes, Arsalan.
Sir, this is Arsalan, and I wanted to add that a good communicator should have empathy. He should realize that what we are dealing with, get into the shoes of other, and be circumstantial and see that how the other person is reacting and what could be the factors putting yourself in that scene. It depends on what the scenario.
That is absolutely correct, and I think you've beautifully highlighted the importance of empathy. Empathy is something that you find out what exactly the situation of somebody is. So जब तक आप उसके level पर जाकर communicate नहीं करेंगे, उसकी बात को नहीं समझेंगे, ना आप समझ पाएंगे ना आप समझा पाएंगे. That's very important. So we have very 3 points, like the empathy is important, the active listening is important, as the previous gentleman said. Yeah, and
We have
someone
one
said
more participant.
Yes, please.
Yes, Sadaf.
Assalamualaikum sir, my name is Sadaf and I just wanted to add कि communication के लिए आपकी emotional intelligence भी ज़रूरी होती है.
Excellent.
And communication is just not about words, it's also about comprehension. You can say a lot of words, but if the other person does not understand what you're trying to say, your communication is useless. So we should also focus on comprehension.
This is so beautifully explained that I'll tell you usually what happens that people think that if I'm complicated, or if I use such heavy words that people do not understand, I'll be considered as smart guy. And hota bhi hai aisa, like of course koi agar if this is the trend, agar is tarah ki log assumption rakhte hain, to of course basis to hogi iski koi na koi. But the main purpose of communication is to make somebody understand your point. So we should be simple enough that they understand it, right? All right, G. Anything else?
Sir, by that meaning that we should avoid jargon words, basically.
Not really. See, you guys are BBA students. So if I try to be complicated and start using technical words like maybe used in engineering, that would be maybe you'll think that the guy is smarter, but of course you you won't be able to connect with those terms. So like, I know that you guys have not been to a corporate setup right now. So, and if I keep using the short words or the short forms or you know, the words that you can really not relate to, so of course, you know, that would, I'm not an efficient communicator then. You understand? So using jargons is not wrong, but you know, using the right language or the wording to connect with the certain audience is important. So I always ask introduction of the audience so that, you know, I can remain on their level. So maybe what happens that, you know, to me something would be very basic, but you know, to somebody who is just starting the career, it may, you know, mean a lot for that person, you know. So the level actually differs from the age of your experience, from your personal experience, from your professional experience. So the age really matters. So I always ask the introduction. So now when I'm clear that, you know, everybody attending this workshop is related to BBA with different, you know, disciplines. My purpose to ask was that, you know, if people are only from HR or from different disciplines, was of course that then should I be focusing more on HR or should I be focusing on diverse exposure? You know, so somebody who is an effective communicator always first knows who their audience is, whether it is one person you are communicating to, whether they are hundreds of people, you know, you are communicating to. Usually, you know, I have been to public speaking programs also. मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा जो चिढ़ आती है या जो मुझे लगता है कि, you know, I was not really good in a public speaking program usually happens because once I went to a program, there were people from age of 15 to 45. So I was not really able to connect with those people, you know. Somebody who is a 45 years old, you know, audience, of course, it takes different route to connect with them, and somebody who's only 15, you know, it takes very different route to connect with them actually. So knowing your audience or knowing somebody, that person you are going to communicate to is very important. So thank you so much for your contribution. I'm very clear that, you know, you have a fair idea what communication is. So I'll be just putting more clarity on the subject so that you really gain something. So first of all, facts. Something जो maybe, you know, mix होती है. So you're hearing it from an HR professional who meets every day, who meets, you know, many people for the interviews, for the recruitment, you know, for the official meetings. So you're hearing it from that person, right? So take these facts very seriously. So one myth or the fact is that, you know, people think that language is different than communication. Yes, it is. So somebody who does not know English still can be a good communicator, because communication is something different, language is something different. So अगर आपकी अंग्रेजी कमजोर है और आप अंग्रेजी में कम्युनिकेट नहीं कर सकते, तो आपको कम्युनिकेशन सीखने की जरूरत नहीं, आपको लैंग्वेज सीखने की जरूरत. That is language skill, exactly, right? So that is just example. So if you think like, you know, so I'm a good communicator in English, but I may not be a good communicator in Arabic, maybe, you know, or in Turkish, because I've never been exposed to that language exactly. So language is different than communication. Communication is one thing, language is different thing. Okay? Communication is not field specific requirement. This is something that, you know, people keep coming to me, and I've been hearing this question कि यार हम तो finance से related हैं, तो क्या हमारे लिए भी English या हमारे लिए भी communication specifically? So we'll not be talking about English. That is your own thing, of course. You know, that is उस पे भी हम आएंगे, but communication पे हम focus करेंगे. So communication is not field specific. Take a note. 100% it is not specific to a field कि मैं HR में जाऊंगा तो मेरी communication अच्छी होनी चाहिए, मैं marketing में जाऊंगा तो मेरी अच्छी होनी चाहिए, या मैं बात बहुत अच्छी करता हूँ यार इसलिए मुझे marketing में चले जाना चाहिए, मुझे sales में करना चाहिए. No, not at all. So imagine that, you know, you walk into a company for your interview of a position of HR officer, let's say, you know, and the person who is interviewing you is extremely unimpressive. He does not know how to communicate, you know, and you take a better experience. Would you really like to work for that company? No. The answer most of the time is people who are coming from good universities like you people are not heavily dependent कि यार जो नौकरी मिलेगी जहां मिलेगी जिन हालात में मिलेगी मैं कर लूंगा. So this is not the case. Usually you choose your career most of the time, right? So this is not possible. So it means that somebody who is sitting in HR needs to have a good communication skills. Similarly, somebody who's sitting in marketing, he has to engage or he has to communicate to his existing and new customers. Of course, he does have to emphasize on his communication skills. It is not important that he can survive or can progress in his career without excelling in this particular communication skills, right? Talk about finance. Finance की सबसे बड़ा जो problem है देखिए वो ये है. I don't know if there are people sitting in this in this workshop related to finance, but finance का सबसे बड़ा issue ये है कि that's very highly specialized field. So they do ACCA, they do not go to university. They do CA, they do not go to university. Okay? In parallel, what they exactly do is they do their private programs like MA economics, or they do BCom, but they do not go to university. So the exposure that is meant related to communication, they are very hesitant of people. This is a major problem. That's why there is less progression in finance department. आपने देखा होगा कि सबसे कम ओपनिंग्स फाइनेंस में आती हैं बिकॉज जो बंदा अकाउंट्स ऑफिसर हायर हो जाता है वो कभी मूव ही नहीं करता. हो सकता है कि वो अकाउंट्स ऑफिसर से ही जो है वो रिटायर हो जाएगा. ठीक है. सो फाइनेंस में आपको इस पर्टिकुलर स्किल की जो है वो काफी ज्यादा आपको किल्लत नजर आएगी. व्हेनेवर यू आर टॉकिंग टू अ CFO, that room is usually the heated one. ऐसा लगता है कि जैसे पता नहीं अभी लड़ाई झगड़ा हो जाएगा या अभी मारपीट शुरू हो जाएगी इस मीटिंग रूम के अंदर, because they are more on their they are technically very strong, but they have less exposure to these communication and all things. Similarly, they are less able to progress in life or make switches, right? Moving on, your success begins and ends with effective communication. If you've managed to secure a job, if you manage after your graduation that you start working for a good company, but what about the progress? Somebody who effectively connects with the team leader, supervisor, the manager, the senior managers, and peers across, is more, eligible, or you can say is more deserving to called success. तो उसके ज़्यादा swift promotions हो सकते हैं because he is a smooth communicator. Somebody who works on his own silos and communication is not that rich, so in that particular case, the career really slows down. So fourth is whether you address an individual, a supervisor or subordinate or a group, large or small, if you cannot convey a message, you will go nowhere. Okay? So we had a comment from somebody, I think Nimra or Sadaf, somebody said that it's important to convey your message, so it is important. अगर आप कितने ही technically strong क्यों नहीं, if you cannot convey your message in a simpler way, there is no meaning to your communication, right? Last one that we are going to discuss, of course, in the presentation is collaboration is not a choice anymore. So in previous times, competition was something that was the agenda. Everybody wanted to get into competition. Everybody wanted to win competition. Everybody wanted to take lead in their class fellows, in their university fellows, in their peers. Everybody wanted to be very competitive and take lead about everything. But now in this era, after everything is so much digitalized, it is the era of collaboration now. So those people who really know how to collaborate, those people who do not hesitate from collaboration and does not enjoy solo working, they will definitely make more in coming times, right? So if you talk about big giants like Amazon, if you talk about Facebook, so that was not a single person's achievement. The person was effectively able to manage the collaborations. Similarly, in Pakistan, you can see there are big groups like Packages Group, the Lucky Group, of course. And what is the reason? Reason is because they were able to stitch good collaborations. So when you are there for making good collaborations, so the new competitor is there, so Lucky Motors, so they were able to collaborate with Kia. And this is the hottest cake right now. The Kia Sportage is something that is the hottest cake in the market right now. So effective collaborations are the key now to succeed, you know. So if you're hesitant of people, just get away with this particular fear of yours. Moving on to the next slide, particularly about communication fundamentals, you know, I've studied this model in, I think, you know, 2009 or 10, maybe, you know, and this is something everybody will keep going through this model. Azal tak jo hai, wo ye model chalta rahega, because this is something that is very basic to connect with. So I always tell people that, you know, it's important to connect with basics. So this is the basic most slide in this presentation. So let's talk about it. Exactly what happens. Communication is the process. Jahan par ek encoder hota hai, he sends his message, you know, through a channel and to decoder. And decoder is somebody who decodes that message, and message is conveyed, right? So there is a sender, there is a receiver, and there is a medium, right? So these are the things. So right now when we are talking, when I'm communicating to you all, so the medium is, of course, you know, this Zoom platform, the laptop, and the internet, of course, is something. So if you think, you know, the medium breaks down, we won't be able to communicate effectively, you know. So there is always a sender, and then there is a receiver. Sometimes you are the sender and you are the receiver. So make sure you send the right vibes to yourself. Okay? We communicate most of the time to ourselves. Make sure that you communicate effectively to yourself, right? All right. Moving on to the next slide, importance of effective communication. हमने काफी बात की है इसके ऊपर, but just to you know, put formal light on the topic. When you communicate effectively, you eliminate confusion. You elicit trust, you engender understanding. ठीक है, ये तीन काम आप करते हैं जब आप effectively communicate करते हैं. And when you fail to communicate effectively, what happens then is you confuse people most of the time, you misunderstandings occur, and trust diminishes. ठीक है. Why I'm saying this, you know, these three things. एक तो आपने बड़ा सुना होगा ना, एक quote बड़ा Facebook के ऊपर काफी चला था कि if you cannot convince them, confuse them. So when you do not exactly know what you're talking about, or when you are not an effective communicator, you know, confusion is always there. And जब आप लोगों को confuse करना शुरू कर देते हैं, so there are always misunderstandings. Take this particular thing, and then we start, you know, not trusting those people anymore. वो कोई बात भी कर रहे होते हैं, तो we do not adhere, you know, enough importance to that particular topic, to that particular person actually. So take it in your personal life. Do you think the communication plays the same role in your personal life? So when you talk about your relationships, do you think communication is something which is the most important part in a relationship, whether it is relationship of anything, mother, father, you know, wife, children, anything? So you've seen that, you know, when communication goes missing, or when communication is ineffective, most of the time what happens? There are fights more often. There are you know, trust deficits most of the time, and then, you know, self assumptions, you know, take sort of birth in a relationships. And this is where, you know, relationship gets spoiled. So communication is something that is the most important point, or the thing that, you know, in your personal life, in your professional life, in every life, you know, this is the most important thing, right? So talking about types of communication, there are three types of. So mainly if we talk about communication, तो एक verbal होती है जिसमें words इस्तेमाल होते हैं, ठीक है. Second जो है वो non-verbal होती है जिसमें words इस्तेमाल नहीं होते. तो verbal के अंदर जो है वो oral and written communication आ जाती है, and then there is of course non-verbal. So today, you know, the agenda is to talk about this overall communication and this non-verbal communication. So we will not be talking about written communication today, because that's altogether a separate topic, and I've just added that into the slide so that, you know, you can communicate. So there is one type, there is second type, and there is third type, right? So talking about oral communication, you know, how can you improve? First of all, remember one thing, that, you know, Just want to know, am I going too fast, or you want me to slow down, or you want me to take it slowly, or you want me to do it in a hybrid way? Am I speaking too much English or whatever? Tessie, if you can please comment about it.
You're fine, Haris. If you want to take
That's
the
fine.
question in between, if you want to take the question, you can. Otherwise, they will ask the question then. Up
Perfect.
to you.
Perfect. All right, जी. So first of all, communication skills improve कैसे करनी? क्या elements हैं जो आपके पास होने चाहिए? What exactly you need to capture in your brain to improve your communication skills? You know. So the first is knowing what to say. कहना क्या है? You know. So सबसे पहले तो आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि मैंने कहना क्या है, कहाँ कहना है, and क्या नहीं कहना है. ठीक है? So this is something that most of the people are unable to draw their boundaries. So most of the time आपने देखा होगा कि gatherings में, आप अपने स्कूल गैदरिंग्स में देखेंगे कोई बंदा ऐसी बात कर देता है जो है which is not meant to be in that actually gathering, and then फिर सारे मिलके जो है वो उसका जो हाल करते हैं, that's a different story, right? So you can see knowing what to say is the most important thing, and knowing when to say is also the most important thing. ठीक है? So सबसे पहले तो आपने ये सोचना है कि यार मैंने क्या कहना है और क्या नहीं कहना है, right? अच्छा, उसकी लिमिट्स कौन डिफाइन करेगा कि क्या कहना है और क्या नहीं कहना है? सो सी, दिस इज समथिंग, हियर योर इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस कम्स इन. ठीक है? हियर योर एजुकेशन कम्स इन, हियर योर अपब्रिंगिंग कम्स इन. ठीक है? तो ये मैं आपको नहीं बता सकता, ना मैं आपके साथ हर वक्त रह सकता हूँ, आपको बता सकता, मैं क्या कोई भी आपके साथ हर वक्त नहीं रह सकता और आपको साथ साथ कोच नहीं कर सकता कि यार ये तुमने जो बात कही ये गलत कही, तुम्हें ये पॉइंट, इस पॉइंट पे तुम्हें ये बात नहीं कहनी चाहिए थी. दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल एट ऑल. जो इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेटर्स हैं उन्होंने अपने साथ एक बंदा नहीं रखा होता कम्युनिकेशन स्पेशलिस्ट जो उसको गाइड करता रहता है कि आपने कहा ये नहीं कहा. So here comes the role of your upbringing, you know. So what you learn from your home exactly is something that stays with you whole of your life. ठीक है? Second is what you learn from your university. If you think, you know, you are not an effective communicator right now, you know, and you don't know कि मुझे क्या चीज कब कहनी है और मैं बस कुछ भी कह जाता हूँ, then you need to attach yourself to the right people. Get right mentorship from your university, get right mentorship from your friends, and this is how you can improve your communication skills. I'll just, you know, share my story. I was somebody who never, you know, who was never able to put his point across, you know, to not even a single person, to not even his siblings. So I was that shy, I was that you know, behind the bar sort of, you know, behind the race. I was that guy. I never came first in my class that यार अगर मैं पहली नंबर पे आ गया तो मुझे जो है ना स्टेज पे जाकर ना वो ट्रॉफी लेनी पड़ेगी. I was that shy, you know. So I'm somebody who has never ever participated in a tableau or in a speech competition in my schools. I was मतलब शायद जो है ना I was no one actually. I was nobody in my school time, you know. So maybe मैं pass out होके निकल भी गया हूँ, लोगों को पता भी नहीं चला होगा कि you know कोई हारिस नाम का मेरे पास student था. Till the point, you know, I really shined out. So I had a lot of struggle to do, you know, in my communication skills. Today, you know, so this was the biggest weakness I had. I never knew, you know, I did not go to a big university in my graduation. You know, I just started my job and I never knew that, you know, what to speak and what not to speak and so many things. And today, this is my biggest strength, that I know I am a good communicator, and I think this is how you can improve yourself. How did I do this? I exactly attached myself to good communicators. I exactly attached myself to a good mentor. So I still remember that person and I give that person a lot of respect, and I always, you know, pray for that person because he was the one who exactly contributed in my life as far as my communications are concerned. So make sure that, you know, timely you attach yourself with somebody who is a good communicator, right? Or who can exactly tell you what you should say and what you should not say at what time. Moving on, organizing your thoughts. सबसे पहली बात तो ये कि आपने इसी से related, you know, second point is racing brain syndrome. So what this racing brain syndrome is कि आपका दिमाग कुछ और सोच रहे हैं, आप बोल कुछ रहे हैं. ठीक है? Usually this happens when you are presenting in your class कि आप, you know, either you were out of fear, you know, you are not able to speak, या आपका दिमाग जो है वो जैसे मेरा इस वक्त मेरी गाड़ी में लगा हुआ है, you know, because वो मैंने अभी भेजी है शुरू बनने के लिए. तो similarly, you know, so what happens that most of the time, yeah, मुझे कॉफी ला दे. So mostly what happens is that हमारा दिमाग कभी भी हमारे साथ नहीं होता. हमारी जनरेशन का जो प्रॉब्लम है, you know, specifically millennials and then, you know, the next generation, that we are too focused on doing so many things. So we are not focused on any single thing, right? So we want to do so many things. You know, हम खाना खाते हुए टीवी देखना चाहते हैं, मोबाइल भी साथ में लगाना चाहते हैं, हम ट्रेनिंग करते हुए लोगों से बात भी करना चाहते हैं. So we want to do so many things in less time that, you know, we cannot focus on any particular thing, and that has been affecting our brains, if you know, badly. So we really need to organize our thoughts. हमें पता होना चाहिए कि मैंने क्या बात करनी है, कैसे बात करनी है. We should always prepare our messages, you know. So how you can exactly you know, check that, you know, person's thoughts or brain is really organized or not by his living standard. So if you look at my table right now, so you will see less of the mess right here. ठीक है, मेरी टेबल के ऊपर एक पेपर आता है और वो उस पर चला जाता है. So I never store papers here कि खड्डे लगे हुए हैं यहाँ पर. So आप जाएंगे बहुत सारी, you know, communicate in sort of different direction. So make sure your thoughts are organized. You know, how you can exactly work on it exactly, and how can you say, or you can imagine, or you can assume that किस तरह किसी का brain messed up है. So when you enter in their room, you'll imagine that if the room is messed up, you'll get to know that, you know, the way room is messed up, similarly the brain is messed up. ठीक है? So when you walk into somebody's office, if you see a lot of papers, if you see a lot of files, you know, that is clear. That is clear indication of that is a clear indication of, you know, messed up brain. So make sure that, you know, you are not cluttered. जो चीज आप जहाँ से उठाते हैं वहीं पे रखते हैं. You know, आपकी गाड़ी में हर वक्त जो है वो किताबें या इस तरह का कचरा नहीं फैला रहता. So this is how you can exactly make sure that your brain is clean. When you keep things in order, you know, your thoughts remain in order. ठीक है? So last, not last of course, but fourth thing is language. Language is something that you really need to work on. आपको अच्छा लगे या बुरा लगे, देखें, अंग्रेजी is something that is deemed to be a class in our country. Second thing is that it is something that is our corporate language. ठीक है, आपकी कौमी जुबान उर्दू है, इसमें कोई हर्ज नहीं. मतलब मेरी भी है, of course. हम सब की जो कौमी जुबान है वो उर्दू है, हमें बोलनी चाहिए. And I think this is what it is. But आपने उसको जितना भी सीखना है आप उसको सीखें. But you know, one thing that you need to realize is that your corporate language is English. ठीक है? So when you enter into a corporate, आपका जो interview है वो English में होगा, and somebody who will be a better English speaker will be chosen over you. So you need to make that decision exactly कि यार आपने उस रेस में लगना है या नहीं लगना है. ठीक है? Again, you know, I've heard from a lot of people कि यार नहीं, I think, you know, technical skills के ऊपर जो वो ज़्यादा value मिलनी चाहिए. I am more technically ये वो and all this. You know, so you come from a fresh background. You all are doing same sort of degree. You know, you're not doing something that outshines you. You know, unless आपकी 4 out of 4 GPA आ जाता है. You know, that tells you something that ठीक है, अब बंदा बहुत ज़्यादा sharp है. But there is no other way to gauge, right? So we like it or not, but we are in the race. So all the guys gets interviewed. Somebody who's a good communicator plus has good English languages speaking skills will, of course, you know, get shortlisted and will have more chances of getting that job. So you like it or not, मैं सही गलत की बात नहीं कर रहा. अगर ये सही है या गलत है, I don't know about it, but this is the norm that you should be speaking good English language in a fluent and good accent. And this is how you can exactly increase your chances of getting employability in your life, right? So if you think that, you know, if you're somewhere stuck or not up to the mark in speaking English language, get on your toes. Fifth is assumptions. Usually what happens in communication, we start assuming. I think, shayad, maybe, you know, these are the words that you should not be, you know, sticking to most of the time. We self-assume a lot of things and we do not clarify it with people. This is how communication, you know, or a conversation gets destroyed. So assumptions is a straight no in a conversation, in a communication, in a presentation, in a relationship, in everywhere, right? You have to be very clear. So when you're confused or if you are unclear about something, ask straight about the clarity. Kuch nahi hota, theek hai? That is only our mental barrier that, we do not ask it. No, don't do this, right? Ask it, get the clarity. So these are the 5 points that we have about, improving our overall communication as a spoken language, right? And then now we are going, so if you have any questions, let's have it on this slide so that we can move on to non-verbal communication then. Yes, please. Over to you guys.
Any question from the class? Is everything is understood and clear? That's why there are no questions.
It's
Yes,
clear, ma'am.
Osama.
No question.
All right. Yes, Osama.
Sir, I have a question. Sir, आपने रेसिंग ब्रेन सिंड्रोम की बात की. सर, अगर अब जैसे ये होता है लोगों के साथ ड्यूरिंग प्रेजेंटेशन, आपने जैसे बताया ये हो जाता है, तो सर इस चीज़ को किस तरह हम लोग ओवरकम करें सर? क्योंकि एक दफ़ा मेरे साथ भी ऐसा हो चुका कि आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट समथिंग एंड माइंड वाज elsewhere, sir. So how can we overcome this?
Osama, iska ek hi solution hai that you need to organize your thoughts, right? So if we are continuously thinking about something else, maybe a life problem, maybe a relationship problem, maybe कि उसने आज good morning का message नहीं किया, तो हम continuously उस thought में जो है वो चले जाएं, we just keep thinking about something, and we get so much involved in it. Just please. एक घंटे में, right? Thanks. So usually what happens is that we are so much struck in those thoughts that we are unable to focus on something more productive or something that is more important in life, right? So when you're presenting, make sure you collect all those scattered energies from here and then bring it here in the center and then deliver your best. This is the only possibility, right? So recently I was actually, being interviewed. I was very nervous. So ये ऐसा नहीं कि शुरू में आपको होता है. This happens whole of your life, ठीक है? So मैं जब पहली बार जो ना जिंदगी में प्रेजेंट कर रहा था, मुझे उस वक्त भी डर लगता था, आज भी डर लगता है. Of course ये आप करते कॉन्फिडेंट हो जाते हैं, but you are always having that nervousness in you. Of course it is there, ठीक है? You want to look good, you want to put your impression on others, you are afraid of being judged. These are 3 top fears in the world, ठीक है? एंड आप जब प्रेजेंट कर रहे होते हैं, जब आप लोगों के सामने बात कर रहे होते हैं, तो ये आप कभी इस चीज से हट नहीं सकते. बट व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज यू हैव टू चैनलाइज दैट एनर्जी एंड डिलीवर इट. यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? You only need to organize your thoughts. You need to channelize that energy which is scattered here and there, bring it into the center and then deliver it. Practice is something that, do you think? So I'm also a visiting faculty in one of engineering institute. So I started doing my guest speaker sessions when I was somewhere in 2015, 5 years back. I had not even reached to a managerial layer. So I've been to all good universities in the Karachi, right? And I used to deliver, lectures. I used to do my guest speaker sessions. People used to approach me and used to mentor them also. And one of my colleagues asked me that why you were putting up so much energy in that. And why don't you do something productive for your life? And I was not clear at that point in time. Seriously, I just told him that I want to pay back to my society, this society, and I've received enough that I really need to pay off. I did not know anything other than this. My intention was so clear, my thoughts were so organized about it. And then what happened that I've realized by the time that my practice has really made me perfect about whatever I do and whatever I say. So when I talk about, so I've been to the HR speaker guest speaker sessions regarding HR. So what exactly it gave me back was I'm more firm on my HR concepts, because for delivering, of course, I have to make some slides. Communication was one of my weakest point, in life. Sometime I've delivered enough communication skills workshops, and I've read so many books on communication. I've attended so many trainings on communication that it has become one of my strengths. So when you start practicing something, it becomes your strength. Sometimes you're not clear about that particular thing in life, but आप उसको करते रहते हैं eventually आपका जो सबक होता है ना वो पक्का हो जाता है, तो फिर आपको सोते हुए भी आपसे कोई सुने वो सबक तो आप फट सुना देंगे उसको. You getting my point? So if you are weak, if you are not doing good somewhere, so let's say आपका introduction, you don't आप जब इंटरव्यू देने जाएंगे सबसे पहले आपसे सवाल होगा introduce yourself, right? Now there comes the trick. 90% of candidates do not deliver a good introduction, and they are shy and their confidence is shaken right there at first question. Why? Because we've never prepared about it, because we've never practiced about it. I don't know if you liked my introduction in the beginning or not, but I've practiced it a lot, because this is something that can get me a job. So anywhere I go, they tell me, they ask me, introduce yourself, I have to repeat my introduction. So this is something that I need to practice a lot. So ऐसी चीजें जो हमें पता है कि हमारी लाइफ में रिपीट होने वाली हैं, and this really has a lot of impact on our overall life. We need to practice them. हमें याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है, but we need to practice them. ठीक है? So I hope this was the answer to your question. I really appreciate your question. Anyone else?
Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody want to ask any question? I guess everything is clear by Harry now. No questions.
All right, perfect. So moving to the next slide and the topic that is about non-verbal communication skills. And if you look at this picture, this boy is not speaking anything, but it tells a lot about this picture because his non-verbal communication is very prominent and very clear also. So we can tell very easily that he is very cheerful at this moment, and then he is very excited about something, and he is also giving thumbs up. Matlab, he is very happy about something, right? So I would want you guys to remember one line forever in life, So when we do not communicate anything, we still communicate something. We have to be very particular about that language, So मुझे पता है कि मैंने कौन सा अल्फाज इस्तेमाल करना है. बाद में मुझे रिपेंटेंस भी हो सकती है कि यार हाँ मैंने कुछ गलत कह दिया या मुझे ये नहीं कहना चाहिए था. That is one possibility. I can understand. However, in non-verbal communication, most of the time, what happens is that we do not realize, and we are just sending the signals. We are conveying message without even realizing that we've communicated something which was not up to the mark. You're getting my point? So non-verbal communication is something that keeps on happening, even if we intend to or not. So the first thing about non-verbal is facial expressions. So what are facial expressions? Facial expressions usually, endorse your words. It tells how you are feeling at this point in time. If you iron your face, let's say, and keep it straight, and just start speaking, and this will really make you look like a robot, isn't it? So we really engage people from our facial expressions. When we smile, when we nod, when our eyes grow bigger, or we shrink it. So this really tells a lot about what kind of non-verbal communication we are sending it. So facial expressions are some. I'll show you guys some examples also in later slides. But understanding that facial expressions are something that you cannot forego. This is of utmost importance. आपने ये देखा है कि हमने आजकल मास्क लगाया हुआ होता है, but still we tend to smile behind our mask, though we know that nobody is going to notice that, but still. Why? Because it sends a certain energy. It freshens up your voice most of the time. So when you smile, it scatters sort of energy in your voice, in your overall face, and in overall environment also. So these facial expressions are that powerful. The second point is body movement and posture. So the way we stand, the way we move our body, the way we sit, this also tells a lot about our non-verbal communication. I'll show you guys example in later slides. So gestures are how we move our hands, and how we move our hands, like, so in online there are less possibility because yahan tak ka frame hota hai, so you're usually unable to notice the gestures, but your gestures should be supportive of your words that you are using. This really adds a lot of importance on your words. The fourth one is eye contact. Eye contact is something, if you want to give somebody respect, you need to maintain eye contact with that person. If somebody's talking to me and I'm just looking here and there, this really tells that I'm not interested in the conversation, or I'm really I'm being disrespectful to that person, right? So you really need to keep good eye contact with that person, but हाँ आपने उसके साथ जो है वो घूरने का कंपटीशन नहीं लगाना है हरगिज, कि आप ना उसने आई कांटेक्ट हटाने ना आपने हटाने, this is not the way. You have to be very firm, keep maintain eye contact, and then you can look down, and then you can maintain again your eye contact. So this is how you can manage. When you start feeling like यार नहीं घूरना थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया, just disconnect your eyes for a second, and then you can maintain your eye contact again. But this is very important. Touch is something which really sends out a signal. So just imagine that I say somebody well done, and then if I pat their back कि यार शाबाश बहुत अच्छा काम किया तुमने, so you can imagine that touch can have a lot of empathy and can convey a lot of good signal to that person, unless it is a opposite gender. So you have to be very careful, otherwise what signals you are trying to send will not be justified. So that touch is also playing a pivotal role in non-verbal communication. Sixth thing is a space. You need to maintain a safe. आजकल तो खैर वो 3 feet 6 feet हमने maintain करना ही करना है. That is a different case altogether. But of course, in normal circumstances, the gap that you are having, between two individuals, it tells a lot. If you get too closer, of course, you can make somebody uncomfortable. If you're too far, you can have an ineffective communicator also. बहुत दूर से जब हम बात करते हैं तो शायद इतना ज़्यादा हम convey नहीं कर पाते. So you need to maintain a safe and respectful space, while communicating to that person. The seventh and the most important part is voice and tone. You have to be very, very clear about this. So you see, when I slow down my voice, when I take it on a higher pitch, when I take a pause, when I when I speak in speed, so these all variations are important in order to stress on your points. If you do not take a pause, if you do not if you keep going on the same wavelength, this will be a monotonous sort of wavelength, and what will happen, you will start ignoring that voice. Why I am saying this, जैसे AC चल रहा होता है, AC चलने की एक आवाज होती है, but क्या हम उसको feel करते हैं? No, because it is on the same wavelength. So usually what happens, जिस तरह गाड़ी चलती है, गाड़ी चलने की एक आवाज होती है, but we of course when we are sitting inside, we tend to, हमें वो आती नहीं है, means our mind starts to ignore that voice. So all those constant or same wavelength voices are tend to be ignored. So you need to put variation in your voice, in your tone, in your overall speaking style, taking pauses, adding speed, lowering speed. These all things are of course most important for conveying your communication effectively, right? And then in a negative perspective, most of the time you must have seen कि जो ना वो कभी-कभी ये होता है कि कुछ लोग बात अच्छी करते हैं, लेकिन उनका जो अंदाज़े बयां होता है या उनका जो tone of speaking होता है वो इतना ज़्यादा frustrating या इतना ज़्यादा disturbing होता है that you do not really pay attention to that content that what he is speaking about, right? So that tone is really important to us, of course, to make image of yourself and to put an impression, right? So that's most about the communication skills. the eighth one is really important to me, you know, and it is not, I don't know if it is important to आपको किसी और presentation में आप Google पे लिखेंगे तो शायद ये चीज आपके सामने नहीं आएगी, but this is really important to me. Why? Because the way we, you know, dress up, it really communicates a lot about us, you know. So if we are clean most of the time, if we smell good, you know, if we are properly dressed, it communicates a lot, you know. If we are properly shaved, trimmed, you know, hair are combed, you know, it gives you an impression of that person is really composed, that person is, you know, uske andar kuch bhi chal raha ho, but you know, overall jo impression us bande ka jata hai, that goes that, you know, this guy is really a sorted person, a calm person, a composed person, and somebody who's very disciplined. This is the non-verbal communication, which is that you send out this communication from your attire, basically. Okay? As an interviewer, of course, you know, we notice this a lot. Sometimes, you know, what happens that a guy walks into the room, you know, for the interview, and we become very hopeful. Yeah, this guy could really be impressive, because the way you dress up, it tells a lot about you. You send certain verbal communication, right? So always try to attire you know, always try to dress up appropriately according to the occasions. So like once I was asked a question that is it important कि आपने formal में ही जाना है interview देने के लिए, उन्होंने तो हमारा skill set देखना है, उन्होंने तो हमारी communication skill देखनी है, हमें कपड़े थोड़ी देखने हैं, कपड़ों से थोड़ी काम करना है. So yeah, so this was the question, and that really kept me thinking about it कि यार हाँ बात तो ठीक है, but then I came to a conclusion that what happens that आप शादी करते हैं, शादी पे शेरवानी पहनते हैं, you know, and शादी के dresses पहनते हैं, because that is meant to be, that is meant for that particular occasion. Similarly, interview is a formal occasion, and you have to wear that formal, right? जब आप beach पे जाते हैं, so you wear, you know, beach dresses, you wear those shorts and, you know, those flip flops and all those things. So there is an occasion, and there is a dress code for that particular thing. अगर आप सूट बूट में या ब्लेजर पहन के जाएंगे, आप जो ना वो टाई लगाकर बीच पर जाएंगे, तो of course you'll be deemed stupid. So similarly, when you come for an interview, that is a very formal, you know, occasion. That is a very formal event, and you are supposed to impress that person, whether they are wearing or not. See, for me, it is my office. I come here daily, right? Whether I wear a jacket or not, it's my choice. But if you are walking up here for an interview, you need to, you are here to impress. I'm not there to impress you, right? So if you are in an interview, so eventually these dress codes, these attires really communicate a lot about us. So be very, very careful about it. Okay? So I think that's much about, you know, the non-verbal communication skills. So if you have any questions, you can just ask, and then we'll move over to the next
Alice, we
slide.
have one question from Salan.
Sir, actually, I almost had the same perspective which you had. But sir, when you're talking about attire, what I think is that you personally, you know, it eradicates all the phobias when you are going, or you know, having an interview, or you have to, you know, face certain high designation officers. So basically, you have to have that in yourself. Attire, you know, it encourages you more for the situation. That could be again a point. I'm not, you know, saying anything against what you said. That's something you need to fit in, and you to feel others comfortable as well, that this guy is now ready to be part of us, as he, you know, this is really seen when you go out for such events. But secondly, what I would say is that it, you know, boosts your energy as well. It motivates you more.
Yes, that's 100% true, and thank you so much for adding this beautiful comment into the conversation. I'll share with you example. In 2016, I was really frustrated, and I really wanted to sort of quit my job. And I went to my boss and I said that, you know, mujhse nahi ho raha, honestly, you know, I'm too worked up. I'm too frustrated of, you know, everything. I can't really, you know, I'm unable to manage. So he looked at me and he said that I want you to wear new dresses from tomorrow, and I want you to, you know, get your hair cut and, you know, get yourself everyday shaved. I said, okay. I started doing this and I really felt a positive energy in myself. I can't, if this is a personal experience, of course, I can't tell you enough that, I really felt too energetic because I was too confident in myself. When we dress up good, when we take care of ourselves, most of the things becomes secondary, and you are able to overcome on those challenges with the energy exactly that you gather from within, basically. So Archana, that was a wonderful comment. I really appreciate. I'll just move to the next slide, and then I'll complete this non-verbal communication, and then of course we'll have your questions on it. So most of the time what we are afraid of is difficult conversations. आपको कैसे पता चलेगा कि एक difficult conversation चल रही है, so if somebody इस तरह से arms closed करके अगर बैठा हुआ है somebody, so you'll understand, it's going to be a difficult conversation. Minimal or tense facial expressions, body turned away from you, eyes downcast, maintaining little contact. This tells that there is some difficult communication. So I want you guys to look at these two pictures. So look at this one and look at this one. So if any one of you can tell me what signals they are sending out, come on. Yes, please.
Yes, Sam.
So the picture on the left indicates that he's a little bit nervous, and his body posture is indicating that he's not an inviting person. Whereas on the picture on the right, the person seems happy, and he has a straight posture, and he's more inviting looking. So.
That's beautifully summed up. I guess this is what exactly I wanted to say. So thank you. This is what I wanted to say. So this guy is somewhere, of course, he's not inviting. Of course, you would not want to talk to this person because he's sitting in such a difficult, posture. And this guy is more, pleasure to talk to, maybe, So this is what exactly it sends out. So अब इसमें क्या हो रहा है? इसमें एक तो उनका, this is their posture of sitting, of course, and the hands gesture also. So this is the closed arms, and here gestures are palm down, and then he's sitting up straight with a good facial expression. So overall जितनी हमने बातें की वो सारी चीजें आप इस picture में देख सकते हो. This looks really good. So if you are, so just think about it कि अगर आप interview दे रहे हैं, and if you are this way, straight rejection, and if you are this way, there are good chances. Moving on to the board conversations, most of the people may be thinking the same, or feeling the same this time. And what happens is sitting slumped with head downcast, gazing at something else or into space. Maybe you might be using your cell phones, fidgeting, picking and clothes, or fiddling with pens and phones, and then writing or doodling. So this is something that usually happens in a board conversation, and you can see examples right here. So if any one of you can explain these 4 pictures.
Yes, Arsalan.
May I?
Sure.
So starting from top left, the first thing which we see is that the person is having his own, something in his own mind. But in the second thing which we see is that that person is, seeing that things can be sorted out. In the third one, he is like, no, I am wrong. It cannot happen. But in the fourth one, he's really seeing the new possible way. So it's a cycle, if we can say.
Yeah, that's kind of a cycle, we can say. So in most of his expressions, this exactly tells us that he's bored of the conversation. He's really not interested in listening it more. So if you look at this, he's very defensive or something, that not really interested. kabhi niche dekh raha hai, kabhi upar dekh raha hai, and then he's looking at the time here. It tells a lot that he's not. जब आपके सामने कोई बंदा बैठा हो बार-बार time देखना शुरू कर दे, तो it tells a lot that he's not interested in your conversation. So here he's trying to concentrate again, but of course, from his facial expressions, it seems that he's not really interested. So these are the sort of board conversations, how you can how you can see. So sometimes, you know, maybe you can be sending out these impressions sometime without even realizing. So you have to be very, very careful कि अगर आप इस तरह बैठेंगे तो उसका क्या impression जाएगा, right? So moving to the third slide of nonverbal communication, and it tells how to make a good first impression. So these are few tips that you need to learn. कि ये वो चीजें जो मैंने आपको बताया कि नहीं करनी है. This will send bored or difficult communications message. This is what you're supposed to do. ठीक है? Have an open posture. Use a firm handshake. आजकल हाथ नहीं मिलाइए बिल्कुल भी, ठीक है? But of course, you know, whenever you have to do it firm and a complete handshake. And maintain a good eye contact. We've already discussed the importance. Avoid touching your face. You know, this tells that, you know, you have lack of, aap lage mein kabhi ye kar rahe hain, you know, kaan mein, or, you know, you're touching your hair again and again. This, you know, this tells that, you know, you have lack of confidence, or you are really, you know, anxious about something. So do not, you know, anything that is repeated, you know, do not do that most of the time. Okay. So if you look at these 4 pictures, so this is one posture, you know, standing, and, you know, the one style that, you know, you're having your hands on your waist, and this is the second one. Can anybody tell me what does this one mean and what does this one mean?
I think we want participation from the girls as well.
Yes, please.
So let's Sadaf. Sadaf, Shakir, Sareen.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so the first picture seems to be a little like someone who's very serious and they're trying to attack someone, or they are a little aggressive. And the second picture seems to be someone who's
I've lost you.
Oh, I'm sorry. And the third picture seems like someone's like thinking about something. And fourth, I can say that someone's just very friendly.
Perfect, Sari. Thank you so much for your contribution. And this is how it is. And I think, you know, you would not want to talk to this person, of course. You know, you clearly see that, you know, the facial expressions are annoyed. The body language tells that, you know, ready to attack or something. You know, आप उससे आके कोई अच्छी बात भी करेंगे तो you will have a wrong answer maybe, you know. So this is what it tells. So you never want to be in this situation, right? And this is something more open. This is what we said, have an open posture. This is more of an open posture and welcome one. Okay. This is something, you know, if you look at the, you know, facial expressions, they are more quizzical, they are more annoyed, they are more serious, you know, and the hands posture, you know, it tells, the hands gesture tell that, you know, that person is annoyed of something maybe, you know, and is not interested in the conversation, or he does not want somebody to talk to him or her, right? And if you look at this picture, this is a very perfect message for a good first impression. You know, you should be pleasant, you should be sitting this way, you know, you should have your facial expressions this way. This picture is more welcoming, more better version of yourself in terms of non-communication.
So on a lighter way, can we say that the pictures on left are when you are on the last days of your month, no salary, and on right, it's the starting 5 days of the month, happy.
Yeah, you can definitely say this, because this has a direct relationship to your happiness basically. So in the initial months, it's more happy, it's more agile, and in in the last days of our month, it's more annoyed. That's true. But if somebody is married, so it does not really matter. You know, you have to have these sort of impressions most of the time.
So the pictures on the left look like more like she's the boss and you have missed the deadline 3 days ago, and
Yeah.
she's mad about that. So
Yeah, that clearly tells. So if you're a boss, you still have to decide, if you really need to give such sort of nonverbal impressions or not, or you can get your things done with this impression also. If you can do this, I tell you, you are the smartest boss in the world. If you do not lose your cool, and still, you can manage, because लेकिन deadline जो miss होनी थी वो तो हो गई. अब तो जो होना था वो हो चुका है, ठीक है? And if you can still manage to remain this cool, manage to send these positive nonverbal communication, you are the smartest boss in the world, okay? You are most emotionally intelligent person. So yeah, I hope that was very informative so far. I'll just show you guys a few pictures to identify what nonverbal communications are, or how your facial expressions can exactly change your mood or can make you look. So if you look at these pictures, so the face is same, the hairstyle is same, the dress is same, everything remains same, but the facial expressions are changing. So you see this?
Yes, either he's happy or he's sad or he's angry or frustrated, and
Yeah.
sometimes frowning his face.
So yeah, the intention to, or the point to make here is not that कि ना आपने हमेशा यही रहना है. That is not possible for a human, of course. कि आपने बिल्कुल हमेशा बस मुस्कुराते हुए pretty रहना. No, not this way. Of course, you have to use your facial expressions sometimes. You can be this way also sometimes, to send somebody a message without speaking a word. So you can use all these. So this is the power of your facial expression, and you can use them appropriately, right? With knowingly. You should not be sending out the signals without realizing that what you are sending out, right? So far that is about the non-verbal communication, and we covered so far how you can be a good communicator and how you can be an efficient non-verbal communicator. And now, the most favorite and the very close to my heart topic is power of positivity. So if you want to be someone, that you think, कि लोग आपके पास आएं, आपसे बात करें, आपसे सलाह मशवरा लें, आपके पास आएं, आपसे मेंटोरिंग लें, आपको रिस्पेक्ट दें, आपका एक इमेज कायम करें अपने दिमाग में. One thing that you have to hold on is something that is positivity. The moment you lose your positivity, the moment you lose your cool, you become like 95% of the other, people. So when you're driving, to the office in the morning or to the university in the morning, you realize that, 95% of people are in a deep rush. They just want, they just hounding you, pump करके that, बस मेरे किसी तरह मैं पहुंच जाऊं किसी तरह, एक्सीडेंट हो या जो भी हो रास्ता, बस मैं किसी तरह यहाँ से निकल जाऊं और मैं पहुंच. ठीक है? So that is what happens 95% with 95% of people, and which makes them frustrated early in the morning, right? When you start your day with most negativity, do not even imagine कि आपकी ना उस दिन में कुछ बेहतर आपके साथ हो सकता है या कुछ आप प्रोडक्टिव कर सकते हैं जिंदगी में. When you start your day with this negativity, always try to manage your time. Anything that bothers you, so for me, my stressor is when things do not happen on time, right? So I become stressed when deadlines are not met. I become stressed. जब चीजें, when I cannot find out things, I become stressed. So for coping up with all these things, what I exactly do is I have proper spots in my room. I manage my stress, because I've realized when things are not in order, or जब मुझे सुबह लेट हो रहा है, चाबी नहीं मिल रही गाड़ी की, आप सोचें, so this is how you can exactly bring utmost negativity onto you. फिर आप क्या करेंगे, आप फिर like rest of 95% people, आप जो है वो गाड़ी मंडते हुए रोड के ऊपर जाएंगे without respecting others, पा लगाए हुए जो है वो, you'll just make sure कि यार बस मैं पहुंच जाऊं किसी तरह, कोई किसी का जो भी होता है वो गालियां देता है, बस मैं दफ्तर पहुंच जाऊं. This is why you could not manage your stress, basically. You could not organize yourself. So if you manage this thing, you can always foster positive vibes with you. So try to manage your stressors, things that annoy you, try to have control on those things rather they start controlling you. Okay, once you are done with this controlling your pain points, your annoying points, you can always come up with the power of positivity. Why I've included this slide and why I'm saying this, because I've just said that you need to organize your thoughts. So if your thoughts are continuously negative, if you're stuck somewhere most of the time in a negative vibe, you can never speak positive. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि आप जो है वो, so that you do not feed your plants, you do not water them properly, and you still want them to grow. It is not possible. So this is the same thing with your brain. So if you keep feeding your brain with the negativity, with the annoyance, with the stresses most of the time, your brain can never be positive, can never be a productive, organ of your body. So make sure that you organize your thoughts with the positivity and you feed well your thoughts, right? This is how you can do it. There is so much negativity already over there. You need to find out your hobbies, your interests, your values that you will hold on to it. As I initially disclosed in my introduction, there should be certain values that you should be sticking out around most of them. There should be passions that you should be passionate about in your life, and there should be some hobbies that would cut you off from the world. Okay, so if you're so I've seen people who just keep thinking about work all the time. They go home, they're thinking about work. रात को 11 बजे भी उनकी email आ रही होती है, तो रात को 3 बजे भी उनकी email आ रही होती है, तो just keep thinking about work. I've seen them, they are the most unfortunate people on the earth. Why I'm saying this? Because they getting into work, getting into something is very easy maybe, but getting away from that particular thing, you should know when to stop thinking about that particular thing, is very tough. So if you can only rejuvenate yourself if you know how to cut off something. So cut off yourself from the work after 6, after 7, and get involved with your hobbies. If you like swimming, do it. If you like fitness, hit the gym. If you are into planting, do the planting. So whatever you are passionate about, do about it, right? And this is how you can cut off from your monotonous or your boring life. Even if you love your work, you still need a space. We love people, of course. We love our relationships. But still we need a space. जब हम बहुत ज़्यादा overdo करते हैं तो वही relation वो burden लगना शुरू हो जाते हैं. So we don't want to overdo things. We need to have proper space. So when you have proper space, when you can rejuvenate in your brain, this is how you can exactly cherish positivity in your brain. And when your brain is positive, you can easily communicate good. You'll have a pleasant mood most of the time, and people would like to talk to you, and you would be more creative in your mind. You'll be more, sort of initiator sort of person. You'll have a different sort of energy that will be incomparable to others. So this is something that is my strongest message to everyone. I tell everybody. I had done a complete workshop of 3 hours on this positivity. So I can talk hours and hours on this particular topic, but this is it for now. I hope you got the idea, the message that I wanted to convey. So moving on to the next slide on the topic, which is active listening. As we discussed in the beginning, and somebody just said that, so communication is about active listening, that you need to, listen it first and then contribute your point. But in our daily routine, it is not the routine that people usually don't like to listen. We like talk more and listen less. So my question to you would be, how we learn? What are the 2 or 3 modes that exactly increase our knowledge? Over to you.
Anyone would like to participate? Actually,
what are the 2 or 3 modes?
Yes, Alina.
Yeah. So what are the 2 or 3 modes that exactly we can gain our knowledge from?
You need to listen carefully to the other person.
Listen carefully to the other person. And और क्या mode हो सकता
Sir, let them finish first.
है? Yeah.
Right.
So when we talk about learning, so usually what happens, हमारे पास काफी सारी जो है वो abilities होती हैं, I think वो senses होती हैं, ठीक है? उन तमाम senses में से you learn from all those senses, ठीक है? So you learn from the taste, you understand that yeah, this is bitter, it is not for eating for the humans, but you gain knowledge or you learn from either your eyes through reading or from your ears through listening. These are 2 prominent modes from which you can exactly enhance your knowledge. If you don't like to listen, you'll have the same set of knowledge forever of your life. So we listen to our teachers, we listen to our managers, we listen to industry experts, and this is how we gain. So I have read this communication somewhere or the other, that's why I'm able to present it here. I've listened these concepts somewhere or the other, that's why I'm here to present. If I had not done these things, I would not be able to present it. Okay? So first and the foremost, start listening people. This is how you can exactly gain knowledge. And अगर आपके पास knowledge है, आप किसी भी topic पे बात कर सकते हैं, आप किसी भी walk the talk में शामिल हो सकते हैं, आप किसी को भी अच्छी company दे सकते हैं, आप एक अच्छा impression अपना build कर सकते हैं, एक अच्छी personality build कर सकते हैं if you have that knowledge, that acumen in your brain. And that can only be gained by reading books, doing online trainings, listening to the experts. This is how it is. There are no other things. ठीक है? Reading का थोड़ा सा बहरान है हमारी कौम में, हमें पढ़ाई लिखाई ज़्यादा पसंद नहीं होती. Means like we are good to maybe कि most of the people have their textbooks and उसके बाद वो जिंदगी भर वो किताब नहीं को हाथ नहीं लगाते. This is one thing which is a dilemma of our society, but reading should be your habit. आपको अपनी आदत बनानी चाहिए. चाहे आप एक पेज पढ़े, but आपको कुछ ना कुछ नया पढ़ना जरूर चाहिए. इसी तरह आपको कुछ ना कुछ सुनना जरूर चाहिए. ठीक है? So we only gain knowledge from listening or reading. With knowledge, what happens? We build our perspective. The perspective is something that helps you understand. So maybe so my perspective about religion is something else and your perspective is something else. So if I do not listen to you carefully, I would not be able to learn about your perspective. And by listening to you, I'll get more clarity on my perspective actually. So there was a video that I was watching. तो किसी ने सवाल किया कि मैं बहुत confused रहता हूँ, तो मेरी decision making बहुत weak है, तो मैं क्या करूँ? So the answer was that you are one of those intelligent people who make decisions by evaluating other options. So अगर तो आप confused नहीं हैं, ठीक है? So it means that you've not really evaluated the other options, right? If you are confused, it means that you've really evaluated the other options, and there comes the decision making, right? So I am also a confused person in my life. Sometime I found myself, but then after that, watching that video, I started, thinking that this confusion is my strength exactly, because I'm a very critical evaluator. I evaluate so many things in a critical way that I have so many options in front of me. But if I do not evaluate so many things and I just stick to one thing, of course, this is not a very good decision making. Okay? So when you evaluate things, you build perspectives. So your perspectives get stronger, your choices get stronger when you try to listen to others' perspective. Okay? And this will really help you in future if you start listening to people. So yeah, here's what does not listen to him. We hear it, but we do not listen to it. So मतलब हम सुन रहे लगे हमें मोबाइल में अपने और सुनने लगे, बस मतलब कानों में आवाज पड़ रही है, बस पड़ रही है. This is what happens most of the time. So there are 6 golden principles of active listening that I'll be talking about. The first one is pay attention and interpret what they're trying to communicate. Second is maintain an eye contact. This tells a clear, respectful, manner that yes, the person is really interested in your conversation or the point that you're trying to make. Encourage the speaker with reassuring gestures like, yes, bilkul main samajh raha hu, and then like, I understand. These are the few things that, that can exactly make that person feel better. Confirm your understanding and ask questions to show you are listening, right? कई बार आपको कुछ चीज जो है वो confusion लगती है, आपको कुछ चीज clear नहीं होती, ask right then and there, right? Interrupt ना करें कि यार पहले मेरी सुन लो, no. Let that person complete and then जो है वो आप आगे बढ़े. Otherwise जो है बड़े बड़े टीवी शोज के ऊपर भी जो है वो बड़े बड़े तमाशे हो जाते हैं. So you need to let people complete first and then you can make your point, right? Respond rather than react. So respond and react में फर्क क्या होता है? आप ये बहुत ज़्यादा repeated word है, बहुत ज़्यादा आप इस चीज़ को सुनेंगे. So react is something without thinking and without, thorough consideration. Respond is something that, after evaluating the perspective, after giving it a careful thought, you respond. Mostly क्या होता है कि अभी जैसे मैं present कर रहा हूँ, so maybe, some of you would be thinking कि यार कोई सवाल आएगा तो मैं ये जवाब दूंगा. ठीक है, जब हम conversation कर रहे होते हैं तो बाज़ औक़ात हम ज़्यादातर अपने आंसर प्रिपेयर करने में ज्यादा फोकस्ड होते हैं देन कि हम उस बंदे की बात को ज्यादा केयरफुली सुन रहे हो. So most of the time, this also happens that we are more focused कि मैंने मुझसे सवाल होगा तो मैं क्या जवाब दूंगा, right? Then listening कि exactly कहा क्या जा रहा है. So you need to focus on particularly listening. Moving on to the second last topic, we have, so it's 11:12 and we have around 20 minutes. So I'll try to wrap everything up in like next 8 minutes. So we are left with 10 minutes for that, for your question and answers. And if you need to talk anything other than this topic, if you need any advice, we can take that question also, right? So talking about being authentic, I told you guys initially, see, हमारे पास जो है हम सुनी सुनाई बातों के ऊपर ज्यादा यकीन करते हैं. हम जो है वो हम इस एरा में इस वक्त हैं जहां पर आई थिंक फेक अकाउंट्स फेसबुक के ऊपर ज्यादा हैं एंड जो है वो ऑथेंटिक अकाउंट्स ज्यादा हैं. इन दिस पर्टिकुलर एरा, बीइंग ऑथेंटिक इज अ रेयर वैल्यू. Era where the absurd information is being circulated without authentication, without verification. कोई भी आयत का तर्जुमा जो है वो फॉरवर्ड कर दिया जाएगा, कोई भी आयत फॉरवर्ड कर दी जाएगी, एंड लोग उसको जो है वो शेयर करना शुरू कर देंगे, ठीक है, विदाउट इवन रियलाइजिंग कि वो आयत ठीक लिखी हुई है, उसका तर्जुमा ठीक लिखा हुआ है या नहीं लिखा हुआ है, ठीक है. Similarly, somebody just posted last day on Facebook, जिसपे जोकर मूवी का जो मेन स्टार है, उसकी तस्वीर लगी हुई थी एंड देन उसके नीचे कोट लिखा हुआ था एंड उसके नीचे लिखा हुआ था जोकर कोट्स, and that particular thing was never said by that Joker in that particular movie, but we are just so much interested in forwarding everything around that we do not exactly give a second thought कि बात ठीक भी है या नहीं है ठीक, so we need to be very authentic. This is a rare value and this can really take you higher. लोग झूठ बोलते हैं बहुत ज़्यादा. If you only just try कि नहीं, I just have to be very authentic, I have to be accurate. Most of the time, you'll have your personality that people will believe you out of crowd. So like, there are hundreds of people who are saying something and you have a different perspective. People will believe you. This is called personality, right? This is called personality. And once it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of time to build that personality. And once you've done that personality, things will get easier for you, right? You will have your credibility among your peers, among your friends, among your family members. So try to build that credibility by being authentic. Always amplify your personality, ideas and opinions. Try to speak up. अब ये भी नहीं है कि अच्छा बनने के चक्कर में जो कहा जा रहा है वो सुन लें बस, हाँ आप बहुत अच्छा कह रहे हैं, you are conversation. अच्छा, कुछ लोगों को ये भी लगता है कि conversation ये कि यार most of the time agree कर लो, बस आपको कोई बुरा ना बोले. But if nobody is saying you bad, it is also a bad word, right? So आपका कोई किसी से conflict नहीं है तो भी एक issue है. There has to be conflict, right? Maybe you are diluting or you are letting go of your personality, okay? That you don't have to do, okay? You have to amplify your personality, you have to amplify your ideas and opinions, what you think about it, right? Second is always be consistent. ऐसा नहीं कि मैंने सुबह कोई और बात बोली, शाम में मैं कोई और बात बोलूं. No, it has to be one. Okay? And whatever you speak, it should have, you know, enough reasoning. It should have enough strong basis that you are coming up with, right? So if you are in a meeting, if you say something in full meeting in the morning, you should stand by it, you know, even after 5 years, right? So you have to be very consistent. Have clear principles and act on them, right? Express your own opinions. So what I was going through LinkedIn कुछ दिन पहले, तो एक खातून थी, उन्होंने जो है वो एक स्केच लगाया हुआ था कि ये मेरा पेंसिल का स्केच है, ये मेरी आर्ट है, मैंने बनाई है मेहनत से, और ये वो करके उसने लगाया हुआ था। एंड कुछ टाइम मैंने बाद देखा तो वो सेम चीज कॉपी हुई थी किसी और की प्रोफाइल के ऊपर, एंड शी सेड दैट मैंने बनाई, ये मेरी मेहनत है। एंड देन थर्ड टाइम आई सॉ इट ऑन अ डिफरेंट LinkedIn profile. So I was like, यार ये actually काम है किस बंदे का? Who's actually done this? So most of the time there is copy paste. Most of the time, you know, people will speak your ideas. You have to make sure that you do not speak others' ideas. You do not take credit of others' work. You do your work. You have that genuine, you know, creativity. You like learning from others is something other thing, but you should have that genuine creativity and genuine integrity of your opinions and your personality. This makes your personality an authentic one. Okay? So once what happened is that I was in a meeting that, you know, so before meeting could start, I was just casually interacting with my peer, and I told her what my perspective is, and, you know, sari cheezein karke, and she just kept listening to it and did not say anything. And she told me what her perspective was, and this is what happened. Jab meeting shuru hui, and she absolutely spoke what I had said it to her, and I was like, what the hell? Uske baad I had nothing to speak actually, so because I had already given my perspective to that person, you know. And uske baad when, you know, things came to me, I said, no, I have nothing to contribute exactly, because I did not want to confront that person, you know. In full meeting, I said, you know, I have nothing to contribute, and I agree to this lady. So this is what happened, you know, and it happens most often in your corporate life. So make sure that you are not somebody who speaks someone else's ideas. Make sure that you are the person who speaks your ideas. And this is how you can build your credibility, build your personality, and make yourself authentic one. ठीक है? आपकी ग्रामर किसी बंदे ने बिठाकर चेक नहीं करनी कि आपने शी के साथ हैज लगाया या हैव लगाया, ठीक है? आपको किसी ने कुछ नहीं कहना, ये सारी चीजें गुजारा हो जाती हैं बाद में. But what progresses you in your lifetime is, you know, your authentic communication, you know. So this is one thing that really adds great significance to your professional career. So yeah, I'll just skip the collaboration part because we are already done with a few things. So I'll just quickly move to the collaboration part also. So I'll just quickly move to the test your knowledge segment. So I want you guys to just unmute yourselves and just, you know, this will be a rapid fire question. I'll keep asking you questions and just answer them quickly, right? So here's the first question. What is the role of an active listener? Come on, A, B, C, D, quick. We don't have time. Come on.
C.
The answer is C. To understand what the speaker is trying to communicate, right? Next question is, which of these is positive active listening behavior? Quick.
A.
Eye contact.
Eye contact, which is the right answer. Perfect. Next is, which of these should you never do?
B.
B.
Finish a speaker's sentence. Perfect. How can you gain clarification and still prove that you are listening?
D.
D.
Ask questions. D. That's the right answer. Perfect. Active listening requires
A. And B.
A and B, yeah. To be more authentic in meetings, should you?
B.
Quick. B. Express your own opinions. Yes, express your own opinions is the right answer. What makes being authentic different to simply being yourself?
A.
A is the right answer. Perfect. Which of these traits is important to being authentic?
C.
C, consistency. That's the right answer. Which of these statements best describes someone acting authentically?
D, I think.
D.
Yes, sir.
D is the
Is C
correct
wrong?
one. Sorry?
I want to say that it's C wrong.
Yeah, C is wrong. See, I say what people want to hear. No, you are not somebody who is here to please people, right? You're here to. All right, G. So we are here on the thoughts. So any questions if you have, I'm here to answer. If it is about the topic, if it is about anything, if it is about your career, ask me. We have 10 minutes to go.
All right, over to you guys. Any questions? Anything related to the topic? Or if anything related to your career or any guidance you require?
All clear, ma'am. Thank you, Sir Haris.
All right.